What's going on, everyone? It's Ben from YGO from Zero, back with another Retro Yu-Gi-Oh video, and back with another Wheel Wednesday. Wheel Wednesday is the series where every Wednesday, although sometimes the videos do go up on Thursday, I spin a wheel. And the wheel's made up of all the different retro formats in the past, except for the Link era formats and beyond, and also Goat and Edison. And a couple reasons for that. Link era ones are not because I don't view them as valid retro formats. I definitely do. It's just I don't really have experience in any of them and all the combos that you need for those formats. So it's a bit hard for me to get good games in them. So, I'm putting them off for now. I think by the time I reach the Arc V era on the channel, outside of Wheel Wednesdays, I'll add them back on the wheel, and that could be a fun sort of way to spice things up there. But, that's what I'm doing for now. It just is how we fit the channel here. And for Goat and Edison, the reason I don't have them on the wheels because there are plenty of other Goat and Edison YouTubers, and so those formats already get a lot of coverage, and I'm here to sort of provide coverage to formats that don't get as much. Tengu and Hat also have some YouTubers, but it's not as big of a scene as Edison and Goat, so that's why I do have Tengu and Hat on here just in case. But let's spin a wheel and see what we land on, and then I'll be playing a game or two in that format. So let's see what we get here. We get 6 Samurai format. Okay, well, I do like 6 Sams a lot, and I never really played the FTK, or not FTK, but the Tier 0 deck at full power, so let's dive into that format and see how I do. Now, for people who don't know, 6 Samurai format's based around YCS Dallas in 2011, and it was a format which was, well, maybe not quite Tier 0 for 6 Sams, but it was definitely very, very much 6 Sam favored, right? If you look at the topping list here on Format Library, 6 Sam is on top. Gravekeeper actually got second, so that's maybe an anti-meta pick people can do. But 6 Sam also got third. 6 Sam got third again. And then after that, actually get some other things. But then you got 6 Sam again, 6 Sam again. Like 6 Sam at a lot of the top guide here. And looking at the deck itself, it's not hard to see why. I mean, this deck is really, really busted. It's got a busted new Synchro Monster, Legendary 6 Samurai Shi-En, which basically negates a Spell Trap card each turn. And that is pretty good. Back in this time period. And also it has the 6 Samurai replacement effect, where you can destroy another 6 Samurai monster you control instead. It's got pretty much all the pieces in the deck unhit here. You've got Grandmasters in the deck. You got a bunch of 6 Samurai that can special summon themselves or others, like Kageki here, which can special summon out Kagemusha with, and then go directly into a Shi-En. You've got Hand of the 6 Samurai here to act as removal. You've got Kizan for further extension here, which can also special summon it out if you've got multiple 6 Samurai on field. And you might be wondering what all this extension is for. Well, you've got Gateway of the 6 here. Gateway of the 6 is a busted card. Because each time a 6 Samurai monster normal special summon, you get to place 2 Bushido counters on it and gets to do a variety of effects. One of those effects is targeting a 6 Samurai Shi-En effect monster and it gains 500 attack. That can come up, but it's not the biggest thing here. Another is using 4 counters to add 1 6 Samurai monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, which gives you a lot more 6 Samurai monsters to summon, because if you add things like Kizan, for instance, right, you can special summon this guy out repeatedly. And it's just like you can summon out Grandmaster if that's popped. Like, you just do so much with searching and just getting more counters there basically for free. And those 6 counters, you can actually target a Shi-En effect monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. That also doesn't come up like super often. But again, it can come up in weird edge games, especially when you're basically going infinite with Bushido counters. And as another important thing to note, this is not just from this card. You can remove Bushido counters from anywhere on the field. So even on things like 6 Samurai United, which also gets some Bushido counters when a 6 Sam is normal summoned or special summoned. Now, of course, this is mainly used just to draw deeper in your deck, because you can send it to the graveyard when it has 2 Bushido counters on it and draw 2 cards for it. You can also do it when it has 1, but generally you do want to get both counters on it here. And so that's very good to draw deeper in your deck. You've got Shi-En Spoke Signal to search out a level 3 or lower 6 Sam monster from your deck or hand. From your deck to your hand, that is. And that doesn't really matter there, because you've got a lot of good level 3 or lower 6 Sams. I mean, the things that you use to make Shi-En are all level 3 or lower, so that's a very, very good card there. You got a Rhoda as well to increase consistency. You got a Monster Reborn, which actually should be in the other art. I like this art better for it, so I'm going to put that in there. We got Reborn, legal in this format for some reason, but that's even further extension. You've got double MST, so MSTs can be used by your opponent to stop, like Gateway of the 6 or something. But you do have True Nade here to clear away the board if you do have a potential lethal line here. You get Dark Hole as well to clear away your opponent's board before going for a big play. It's triple Upstart to draw deeper into your deck, to draw things like Grandmaster, for instance, if you're not searching it off of the Gateway of the 6. You get Double-Edged Sword technique to bring back some 6 Sams and just get really aggressive with it. You got Mirror Force to deal with your opponent's attacks in. Got Musakani Magatama, which is also a newer 6 Sam support card. The counter trap that lets you stop your opponent from destroying your things while you've got a 6 Samurai monster on the field. And then we've got a whole suite of negators here. We got Solemn Judgment plus triple Solemn Warning. This deck is cracked, and a lot of the side deck is prepared for it. We got double Cypher Soldier and Puppet Plants as well. Good against Warrior decks. We've got triple Cyber Dragon for if we know we're going second. This can be good to bring in. It's also just good for machine decks because we do have Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon in the extra deck here. Double Knock, more defensive decks, Smashings to deal with our opponent's stuff, Bottomlesses to deal with our opponent's stuff, and then Double Dust Tornado to deal with more back row. For the other cards in the extra deck here, we got Double Catastrophe because we can make level 5s very, very easily if we're not making Shien. This is something we can go into. Yeah, Ally of Justice, Decisive Armor. I believe this is the only level 10 synchro at the time that's worth something, really. You don't go into this too often, I don't think, but it can come up if you need it. We got Black Rose Dragon, blow up the board. We got Bryanak to, pitch bounce some things. You can also potentially use this to bounce your own 6 Sams and then, like, do sort of interesting stuff with like Bushido counters and stuff. I'm not sure how often that comes up, but it is something you can do if you want to. Colossal Fighter here, you're getting a lot of warriors, so this can get really big, but also it's just unable to be destroyed by battle, so that's nice too. It is able to be destroyed by battle, but then you can bring it back. You can actually bring back another one of your warriors though if you want to instead. So like, you can bring back a Shien if your opponent gets over this by battle, which is kind of funny. You got Goyo Guardian, still legal for some reason. Doesn't need an Earth Tuner. It just it's a pre-errata version. Double Shien here. Magical Android, again, another 5 that can be good. Mistworm here to bounce back your opponent's stuff. Barkion here to negate traps. I think this can come up largely just because Kizan is a level 4 Earth, so you just make it with Kagemusha and Kizan, and that works. So, that's something to note there. Scrap Dragon, very, very good, level 8, and then Stardust Dragon, another very, very good, level 8. So, I haven't gotten a game with this one yet, so I'm just going to do some practice games while I wait for a actual match against a living player. I also forgot to mention before going into this that this deck was created by Nizar Sarhan, at least this build of it was, and so big shoutouts to him. So I'm just going to do some test hands because, frankly, I'm a bit unpracticed with this version of the deck, and unfortunately, this is a really bad hand. I mean, I could activate Gateway if I assume that my opponent is on 6 Sams, because that does give us Bushido counters as well, if not just our own. But I feel like it probably is better just to set Warning, and I think just set Warning Pass. Maybe I set Warning MST. Actually, I should check on the legality of Heavy Storm in this format, so I'll do that before I get into an actual game. But I think this is probably the best we can do right now. This format should have the same ban list as Star Trek format, so September 2010, and that means that Heavy Storm is indeed banned, so good to know. I think a lot of the other cards banned here are pretty straightforward, so like BrainCon or something like that. Any other surprises here? I don't think there's anything like too big. Yeah, I don't think there's too big there, but I'll have it on the side just in case I need to sort of refer back to this list and see what I need to potentially play around there. But getting back in to the games themselves, let's reset this deck and try and dive into the next test hand. Hopefully we get a bit of a better one. I mean, Kageki's a good draw. I mean, we can Kageki into a Kageki to then get some stuff for Gateway and 6 Sam United, but I'd rather just draw into something good, and Reinforcing the Army is about as good as we can get here, because now we can search out a Kagemusha to hand. That's the one we want because we can do some big plays with this. So we're going to activate 6 Samurai United, we're going to activate Gateway to the 6, and then we're going to summon out Kageki and use effect to summon out a Kagemusha as well. This will put 2 counters on the 6 Sam United. This will put 4 counters on the Gateway to the 6. Now, here we could potentially draw 2 and then search with Gateway. But I think what I actually want to do here is I want to just keep both of these on field because this is getting more counters total than it would just through the 6 Sam United. So I think what I actually want to do here, so I'm going to summon one more 6 Sam for sure, the Grandmaster, this turn. Let's see, I need to do the math on this because I'm removing 4 counters here, and then I'm going to be getting 3 more. So I'll be left with 5 counters total after this. So I think what I want to do, that does give me another search. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll remove 2 from here because I can also get out Kizan, and 2 from here. And then I'm going to search out a Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai. Add this to hand right there. I'm going to special summon that Grandmaster in attack. That puts 1 counter on the 6 Sam United, 2 counters on the Gateway. And then I'm going to use the Gateway removing 4 counters from that to then search out a Kizan here. Yeah, because none of these trigger when you summon out as Shien. And, oh, I guess it is a 6 Sam, so actually that does give us another 6 Sam monster that we can go into there. So, I mean, you're already seeing how crazy this sort of board is. Let's just go into, I think we just go into Shien. That makes the most sense here. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't. And that puts 1 more counter on United, puts 2 counters on the Gateway the 6. Yeah, I probably messed up my math here because I want to, so if I get another search and then special summon out Kizan, I could just search for another Kizan here, honestly. This is not a once per turn. If you control a 6 samurai monster with a different name, you can special summon this card from your hand, which we do. So we can just go into multiple Kizan. So that's what I'll do. I'll search out another Kizan here. This does deck thin for us a bit too, so that's kind of nice. We could also grab an Anishi if we want to, but Anishi's kind of more reactive than non-reactive. I mean, I guess we could do like popping Grandmaster or Shien and then bringing it back with the Gateway the 6, but I don't really think that's worth it. So I'm just going to search out another Kizan here. Adding that to hand, special summoning this out, so that's going to be 3, and then special summoning this out, so that'll put 4 counters on the Gateway here. If only Xyz monsters were legal, we could overlay those Kizans into something, but the counters are not working here apparently. Not sure why. Okay, there we go. So that's 2 counters on that, 4 counters on this. I think now we probably want to go for the Gateway here. Actually, we could just remove 3 and 1, so that's what I'll do. 3 and 1 there. And then we'll grab a, do we want to do Anishi? Yeah, we probably want to do an Anishi. Then I can maybe extend even further here. I don't even know if I want to be extending this much this turn. But it does just deck thin for us. So like, why not? I'm going to go Anishi. And then, what I probably should have been doing here actually. No, it's just Shien effect monsters, so I can't like bring back Kagemusha and then do more synchros. So I'm learning with the deck, trying to figure it out. So yeah, it would just be, actually it can't even be Legendary 6 Samurai Shien, because this is Shien, it's not Shien. So the only monster I can actually bring back with this is Anishi. So that's kind of funny because I can't actually even bring this out because it must be special summon from your hand. It's not must first be special summon, must be special summon. So it's kind of awkward there, but yeah, I probably should have, in this case, I actually probably should have held the Anishi. I mean, I could bring it out and just say, like, you know, you don't have Lightning Vortex, you don't have things that can break apart this board entirely. And if you do, I can just add back the Anishi with the Grandmaster. So, I mean, yeah, why not? Let's just do it, I guess. Let's go for this. Extend even further with the Anishi. Bam. Actually, this did not put counters on these things, so I don't know why I did that. That was just bad on my part. So yeah, I should have done it in a way that just gets this there, and then we send this to grave, draw 2. So yeah, you live and learn. We drew into a Musakani, which is really good, so we're going to set that. We're going to set the warning, because Musakani can protect against Heavy Storm. Shien can also protect against Heavy Storm, and this is like a tough board for our opponent to crack. These Kizans each have 300 attack points, because these 2 are other 6 Samurais here. So we did learn some stuff, though, about how to play the deck. Like, Anishi is not a 6 Sam we can really use there. Oh, wait, actually what I was going to do is I was going to summon out Anishi, pop a Kizan, then search out another Kizan, bring that out. Or we could have done the same thing with like Grandmaster, just get that in rotation. But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty okay hand. It's like kind of awkward because we really want to be Kagekiing into the Shien right away. Let me think about how exactly to do this. Yeah, I guess we can't really do it the way we super want to here. I could also hold the Kageki for next turn. Yeah, this is what makes this deck so tough. I think I do want the hand for next turn. So I think what I'm going to do here, yeah, I think I just want to like go a bit all in here. I do have Gateway and United, so I think I can just do this. Let's go for Kageki. Let's declare the effect because this will give it attack. And then I'm going to bring out the hand in attack mode. So I can do some weird stuff with this potentially, but it is a bit awkward here. This does put 2 counters on the 6M United. It also puts 4 counters on the Gateway of the 6. So that is nice. I can use this to search out something else, which I think I will indeed do here. So I believe we can get 2 more. I believe we can get a more extension. So I'm going to take off these 2, take off these 2, and I'm going to search out a Keyzon here because we already have the Grandmaster. So now I can special summon out the Keyzon, get a counter here, get 2 counters here. I can special summon out the Grandmaster, and then I can get a counter here, get 2 more counters here. Question is, do I go for... kind of want to get the Kagemusha, so that's what I'll do. I'll remove 4 counters from there. Wait, can Kagemusha... I believe Kagemusha cannot special summon itself out. Yeah, Kagemusha cannot special summon itself out. So I could just go for like Anishi or something, but I think I do want to get the Kagemusha for next turn, because I'll probably have some of these monsters on field next turn. I'm going to pop the United, draw 2, and see what I get here. I drew into another Keyzon, so I could just go for the Keyzon here. If I really wanted to get crazy, I could go for Keyzon, use hand to pop some stuff on my own board, and then just get more searches with Gateway, and just deck them out like a lot. I could do that. I don't hate that. It's just kind of awkward here. So I think what I'm going to do... Yeah, it doesn't really get us anything more because we don't have any more draw power with 6M United gone. So I might leave the Keyzon in hand for next turn. Yeah, I might just set Musakani and pass. I don't think this is bad. Like, next turn, if they attack overhand, I'm okay with that because I go Kagemusha and then Synchro. So, like, I feel like we're in a good spot there, and I feel like Magatama is probably fine enough. So, I could have maybe extended further there. I don't know exactly, but that's how it goes sometimes. Okay, we got a player here, Dump Truck. Freedom guest on the channel. We're going to dive in to the games, give a good luck, have fun here. And we'll have to see exactly how we do here. We're going first, so we do get to potentially combo off a bit. We'll have to see how we do. I don't know if we're going to pull it off well. I mean, we did those practice hands, so hopefully that can help a bit. But let's see what we do here. I mean, this is a good start. This is a really good start. This is kind of what we want. I kind of want to... do I Rhoda first and then Upstart? I think I do Rhoda first, then Upstart. So I'm going to Rhoda, grab a Kagemusha. It's just because I want to sort of... I want to get 6Ms out of my deck, so that way my Upstart's more likely to be a live card. And then I can probably extend even further. Yeah. So I'm going to go for this, declare the effect. I think Effect Failure is legal in this format, so... Okay, yeah. So let's bring out this guy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to use this effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to search out a Grandmaster here. Grandmaster to hand. Let's go. We got, how many more searches are we doing? I think we can Upstart now. Because I don't want to go, like, too crazy. I don't want to go, like, into all the Keyzons and stuff. So I'd rather just go Upstart and then see what happens here. Oh, Anishi is interesting. I don't hate Anishi here. Yeah, I do not hate Anishi at all. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to special summon out this guy here. Sync off these 2 into Shien. This gets 4 counters total. 2, 3, 4. And I could use this. I think I will just use it to search because I can't really do anything on their turn. So I'm just going to use those counters to search here. Going to grab a Keyzon to hand for extension later. And then I'm going to... Heavy's banned, so I can just set and set. And then I can pass. I think this is a pretty good hand to pass on. I mean, this is kind of nuts. Shien is a once per turn negate. I mean, Gold Shark, yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with the Gold Shark. that's not worth Xianing here. The game will probably be over before we reach the point where they get the Gold Star card. I mean, it could be something that activates upon being banished, like Necrophase or something, but I don't really care about Necrophase. I think it's probably going to be fine. What are they going to do here? It seems like they have a really bad hand. And we had a good hand, too. I mean, we got a Nishi for follow-up as well. So it's looking pretty good for us. Okay, they're on Lightsworn. That's pretty good. That deck can be explosive enough to potentially kill us here if they get enough names in grave. No, that's fine. That is okay. I don't think they can kill us here. Okay, they Gardna. Gardna is pretty good for them. Oof. That's rough. That is indeed rough. Okay. I mean, time to pop off a bit here. We can go into another... how crazy do we want to go here? Because we got a couple different options. I can't go into Brio. I can go into a 7. And I got to do a big think here because we might have lethal on board. So if I go into... Oh, I can go into a 6 with Kagemusha and Kizan. So, yeah, I think I win here. Yeah, Necro makes it hard. So I do Brio, bounce the Trooper. Yeah, I'm just gonna let them know. Big think. That Necro really does complicate things, but I think I can indeed get in for lethal. I've got 21, so that's 4,600 on board. I can also buff things up with Gateway here. I can get in for even more. I mean, it always starts with special summoning out Kizan. So let's see if that is fine. They got no back row. So that puts 2 counters on that. Now I'm going to, I think I just double-edged sword technique for Kageki, and yeah, let's go double-edged sword technique, get out, I'll target, or I guess I don't target, it's just, they come out. So that gets me up to 6 counters here, woohoo. We're going crazy here, and this has no limit to the number of counters it gets, so this one can go a bit hard. We could Mistworm if we want to. I don't hate Mistworm. Now, we don't quite have it for... Well, we do, but it's not a combination that I really want to do because it doesn't get us there, I don't think. Let's see. No, it gets us there, I think. Yeah, I think it gets us. We have not normaled, so it definitely gets us there. Okay, I'm just going to... no, I think I go just... No, I do this to clear up space, I think, yeah. So let's go Mistworm, target the Trooper, just to do it. This is 7,100 on board right now, but I can get even crazier here. Let's search out a card from deck. The one we're going to search out, I think, is probably going to be Kagemusha. Yeah, because we do have another Grandmaster in hand, so I do just kind of want to go Kagemusha to hand. Yeah. And this should still be lethal. I think. Yeah, let's go Kagemusha. So, I'm going to normal summon out the Kagemusha, put 2 more counters here. And then I'm going to sync off these 2 into a level 7. I guess the one level 7 is Black Rose. And then I can go special summon out this guy, get 2 more counters, up to 6. And then this is, I need a couple more. So I'm going to... So if they stop one of the 25, that's 49 plus 21, so that's 7,000. So I will just... I'll save the Inishi for later. So I'm going to go for this, search out a Kizan to hand, and now I can special summon out Kizan. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's right because now 49, 21. So yeah, this is lethal if at all. No, that's 80. Okay, I'm gonna use 2 to put 500 on this one. Or yeah, I think it's still lethal actually. So 2600, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so let's go lowest to highest. Play around Gores. Technically, this is a little bit more, but yeah. Okay, I was worried they might have Gores or a Battle Fade or something, but like, yeah, that was dead through guard. I think I spun my wheels there a bit too much. Sorry about that, everyone. I think that was a bit boring to watch, but it shows how crazy you can get with the combos here, even if they don't really do much for you. Like, I think I extended much too far with that, and for not really good reason. I don't think I needed to do all that. And yeah, I mean, I could put in Nox here. I am going second, and they might have Raikou, but like, I feel like we can deal with Raikou. Most of the stuff we have, I think, can. If we're pulling off our combo, we can deal with Raikou. And if we're not pulling off our combo, you know, we're kind of in a bad spot with Raikou anyways. So I feel like it's probably fine just to leave things as they are. I don't think I need the Nox. And they might not even be on Raikou's at this point in the game's history. I don't know exactly what Lightsworn looks like there, but this is a really good hand. This is an incredible hand. Oh my goodness. I just need a, I'd really like a Gateway. Gateway would be really good here. But beyond that, I mean, I still feel like this is fine. You know, we got Upstart to potentially draw into Gateway, so that's kind of cool. Charge is fine too. No Ash Blossom in this format yet. Okay, they are on Raikou's, so they might be setting a Raikou up here. So maybe we should have gone for Knock. Yeah, they are going for a Raikou there. Do I care? Probably not. I don't think I really care that much. Yeah, I don't think Dust Shoot's legal here, but let's go pop off a little bit. I'm gonna Smoke Signal for hand. Let's grab that hand here because this can target that Raikou, pop it. So I kind of like that. And now I'm going to Upstart just in case we draw into a Gateway or a 6am United, because those would be very good for me. Magatama also fine. I'm okay with Magatama. I think instead of going for Shien, I do just go for Kageki into hand. That to me makes some sense. So that's what I'll do, because I don't want them to get the mills. So let's go this, declare the effect, see if that's okay. They're going to effect Veiler. That's kind of rough. I will bring out a Grandmaster here, though. And, yeah, this thing goes up to 1,700. Apparently it didn't go through there. They got 1, 2, 3 names engraved. I don't necessarily want to get them milling. So why is this not going up? Okay, well, DB problems, apparently. Yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. I could have just gone hand and then special Grandmaster, tributed hand to play around Veiler a bit, I guess. But, like, I don't know. That feels kind of bad. I could have just gone hand and then Keyzon out there. But, I mean, I still have Keyzon, so I think I will just special summon out Keyzon. And then this thing goes up to 2,100. And yeah, I think I just won't attack. I'm not going to attack that Raikou. They might just mill, which is a bit unfortunate, but do I attack it? I probably don't. No, I'm going to set Magatama and pass. Yeah. Yep. I think I did misplay here. I think what I needed to summon out hand and just bring out Keyzon, 6am, or Grandmaster and all that stuff. I think that would have played around more stuff, and it would have left me with Kageki for next turn to bring out Kagemusha. That's a misplay on my part. I did mess that up for sure. But it is what it is, you know. Yeah, that's fine. So this will be popped. And luckily they didn't hit any Lightsworn, so that's pretty good. Celestia is going to be bad for me, though. But if they do have Celestia, I can do stuff with it. Curious what they're doing. Oh, they got Honest. Okay, yep. So that's going to be 1,600. And then this thing goes down to 200. So they can crash. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat, I do admit.
I do admit that's pretty neat. I do declare. But yeah, I messed that line up for sure. I did indeed mess that line up pretty badly. I'm just going to normal summon out hand, see if that's okay. And then you got to do what you got to do sometimes. I don't control another 6 AM, so I just got to crash, or at least attempt to. And that will go through, so I'm just left with these Kagemushas. I can recover from this point, but again, I did mess up first turn. I should have just summoned out hand, done some stuff here. I could have played around Valor by treating it potentially. But yeah, they're getting Gold Shark for JD, so now I've got a bit of a clock on me here. MST ain't bad. I mean, I'll take it, I guess. I'll set the MST. I think I do just set the Kagemusha in case I draw into something here. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but because if I draw into like Kageki, that's you know what I'm going to be doing here. Judgment is very good. Judgment's very good. So I think I will I don't know. Both MSTs are gone. I'm going to MST their set. Okay, it's TT. I don't care about that. I'm going to set Judgment, pass back to them. So I'm going to Judgment Dragon their JD, or I'm going to Judgment their Judgment Dragon. That's what I'm going to do for sure. Their MSTs are gone, so they don't do that. And yeah, hopefully this will be enough. I don't know if it will be, but hopefully it will be. Let's Jade. Nope. Nope. I'm getting rid of that. We might still be dead here, but I don't know. I think this is kind of what I have to do. Yeah, again, I misplayed this one. Yep, Lumina is okay. Lumina is actually like relatively rough for us because they get to Eren, you know, pitch and do stuff. Yep. So that's unfortunate, especially because we're at 3,200. But it's shuffled into the deck, so it is just shuffled in here. Like that. Oh, yeah. I'll reveal it from the deck here. Yep, and then technically I should show logs, but I don't think it really makes a difference there. Anyway, this is a bit of a clock here. It is a bit unfortunate. They are losing a fair amount of cards per turn, though, so Necro is gone as well, so that's a bit unfortunate. Oh, let's go. Let's go. You love to see it. You love to see the Grandmaster there. Do I go for Stardust, or not Stardust, Black Rose is the question? I'm at 2,200, which is very low. What have they used up here? They still have a bunch of big guys left in deck potentially, so I don't necessarily want to do that, but I think what I'll do is I'll waste their Necro Gardna, or at least attempt to. If they've got an Honest left, if they got an Honest left, I'm probably dead either way because they just summon an Honest. That's a 2-turn clock on me, so yeah, I'm just going to bring out this guy, and then I'm going to special summon out this guy, and then I'm going to attempt to attack over the Lumina and see if that goes through. It is indeed the Honest, so I will scoop it up there. But again, I messed that one up. I should not have... First turn, if I had summoned out hand and then gone for that, and then left the Kageki to go into Shien on a different turn, that would have been much better for me. And so, you know, that is the flaw of when you don't know how to play the deck well. You can definitely mess up like that. So this hand basically plays itself. I think I do just go for Shien here, set that up. Oh my goodness, the lag is legendary. But yeah, I'm just going to go for Shien's Smoke Signal. If it will let me. Come on, DB. Okay, there we go. Let's get out a Kagemusha here. Grab that guy. Go for Kageki. Attempt to use the effect. It might not work, but they might have Valor. Okay, that will work. So we got this guy going into a Shien. You love to see him. And then I'm just going to set 2, and then I'm going to pass back. I feel like this is pretty good. I have another Kageki in hand as well for later, so I could have gone for Kizan here in case they've got something to pop these Shien. Ooh, MST on the warning. That's rough. They've got Lumina. Summon of Lumina is okay. Okay, they are going to pop this, so I lose my MST. Damn. But, I mean, that's all they're doing, so I'm happy about that. Sending 3, including an Honest. I'm glad to see that gone as well. And we got another Shien Smoke Signal. Let's go! Oh, this is just I mean, this is just kind of nasty. I mean, this is just, yeah, this is just really nasty. Do I want to go into another Shien? They didn't do any spell trap stuff last turn, so I feel like they don't have too many, so I don't really want to go into that. I could go into like a Barkion. I could go into a... There's a lot of stuff I could go into here. I don't think I go into Mistworm for sure, but... Well, I mean, let's go for the Smoke Signal. Let's search out a... Where's the Kagemusha? There's a Kagemusha. Let's grab this to hand. Let's go for Kageki. And I'm going to declare the effect, see if that goes through. I'm going to bring this out in attack because there is a chance we go into something else here. But do I go into another Shien? Kind of want to go into Catastrophe to play around Honest if they have that. I do have this Shien here, so I think I will do that. So I'm going to sync these off into a Catastrophe. And then I'm going to get Kraken here. Attack into that. And then attack indirectly for 4,700. And yeah, let's pass back. I feel like that's pretty good. Again, I probably played this game poorly like 10 ways to Sunday, but I feel like this is a tough board for them to crack. They don't have enough Lightsworn's Engrave for JD. She ends up preventing any like spells. Well, it prevents one per turn, so not all spells, but okay, looks like they're going to attack over this. That is okay. We will lose the Keyzon here. Noble Sacrifice, Noble Sacrifice. Yeah, that's fine. They're going to be dead in the turns that it would take for that anyways, so I am, again, okay with Gold Shark. Not going to take the bait. Can they use that with T-King? I don't know if they can. I'm going to let it go through. I think it's fine. They might not. I don't want to get into the rulings on that. It's like, yeah. Whatever. Double-edged sword technique's pretty good. Anyway, let's go Catastrophe into the Ryo. That will pop it, and then we can attack in 425 here. That will go through. Sure. That's fine because I've got double-edged sword technique, so I can do some crazy stuff with that on the coming turns. So I can set that, and now let's pass back. So they're down to 800, so they're in a very, very difficult position here. Is that a light? It is a light monster, so they have to crash this in here. Yeah, I'll lose the Shien. And then I'll lose this for 5. But I've got Goyo coming, so. Or do I want to Goyo? I think I just, actually, Bryo wins me the game, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, so that's fine. So I'm going to target Kagemusha, and I'm going to target the Keyzon here. And I'm going to sync off into... So Bryo loses me if they've got Effect Veiler, which they might have. So I could go Goyo just to be safe. Yeah, I mean, how do they kill me through Goyo? They've got 1 Honest. That's it. So I think I'm just going to Goyo take their Gores, and then I'm in a winning position. So I'm just going to do that. This may seem very weird because, again, you know, like, I mean, I win with Bryo, but, like, again, if they've got Effect Veiler, then that can ruin my day, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to keep the Trinade in hand. I think it's fine to keep it there, and then I'm going to just pass back to them. If I lose because of this, I lose because of this, but I do think it is ultimately good to do this. And, yeah. Okay, they've got Lumina. That's fine. Pitching Aaron. Oh, Aaron can attack into the defense. Okay, that's neat. I getcha. I getcha. That's rough. Yep. So we do lose 1,000 here. So maybe I should have just gone for it, but yep. So to top of deck, and then they shuffle that up. So yep, there they go. And then they do mill some here. Now they are in a very tough spot because if we draw into a 6M that can beat over the Lumina, then we are winning the game because their Honest are gone. But Kageki is not a 6M that can beat over Lumina. Let's see, that's 42 plus 16, so that's 58 plus 1,000. So this actually is indeed potentially lethal here. So I do have to set that and then I think pass. So actually we did lose that game. That's wild. I should have gone for Bryo, I guess. I didn't think that they could recover from just what they had there, but I guess they did have all monsters, so. But hopefully this will get them to sort of pause a bit and see. I should have cited out the True Nade. Yeah, that's GG's. Oh, so we lost there, but again, I messed up game 2. I think if we had not messed up game 2, yeah. So I didn't expect them to be able to mount an offensive from that, but yeah, let's see if they want to play another because I'm still getting the hang of this deck. So it's good to do these because I get the hang of these decks here, and I think 6Ams. I mean, based on playing this game, I think that this deck is incredibly strong. I think this deck is probably the best deck in the room. So I just messed up. Yeah, so we'll try and get one more game for the Wheel Wednesday before signing off here. So I'll hop back in once we've got that one. Okay, we got our second game here against Zerworldo Dark Armed God. We're still on 6Ams. And we'll see how it goes. Let's see how we do. We managed to win with Rock, so that's a good start. Hopefully we get a pretty good hand here. I mean, that is a pretty decent hand, all things considered. Okay, they say BRB, but, I mean, they don't have anything to stop an upstart, so we'll just use the upstart. Draw into the Kagemusha, so that's pretty good, especially because we have the 6Am United, and we can Rhoda for a Kagemusha, or not a Kagemusha, Kageki, and, yeah, and we can go for that. So I'm going to wait until they're back just to make sure, because Effect Veiler is a thing, as we saw in the last match. So if they do have Effect Veiler for the Kageki, then we want to make sure that they're here for that because, you know, that could potentially be a bit bad. So we don't want to give them any more information. I've started because Upstart's like a fine card just to use here. They can't stop it. There's no Ash Blossom in this format. So yeah, they do gain 1,000. That is something that we'll have to remind them of at the end of the playing here. But yeah, so we've got a plan. Unfortunately, we don't have Gateway. Gateway would make this really fun, but we do have Rhoda for Kageki, 6Am United to draw 2 off of Kageki, summon out Kagemusha, and then we can use that, hopefully try and draw into a Gateway, and then we can go into Shi-En, along with the Grandmaster, along with a bunch of other stuff. So hopefully we can manage to pull this one out, and we also have Mirror Force and MST in the back row to deal with what they're doing potentially. So we got a lot of different options here. This is a very, very good hand, and I'm excited to actually get started using it once they are B, the B and BRB. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Kagemusha of the Six Samurai. Do you think this is Kagemusha of the Blue Flame? It probably is. They'd like to interconnect their lore that way. But and it's doing like a similar pose, you know. But I don't know if Kagemusha is like it's like a title in Japanese or something, but Kage means like shadow, so maybe Kagemusha is like Shadow Lord or something. I don't know. I really hope. I really wish they had not done this. When they had to BRB right away. Maybe they didn't know and something just imminently came up. So either way, we can sort of sit here discussing it, and you know, you can skip ahead in the video if you're watching on YouTube and you don't want to hear me ramble here. But I guess I'll just give my thoughts on 6Am as a deck in the format overall. I know there is a red-blue combo that you can do with 6Ams as well, which can go infinite, which is very cool. But I think this sort of more standard aggro build is also perfectly fine. I think it's very, very flexible. There's a lot of different things you can do with it, and you're given a lot of search power with things like Rhoda and Gateway, and it's very easy for you to get things out of control very quickly. I mean, as you saw in game 1 of the last match, you know, TK your opponent out of nowhere with a Gateway. I mean, not out of nowhere because we did have the Shi-En already set up, but like we got out a ton of monsters on field, and we definitely got well over lethal through an Necro Garden. So the deck is very, very versatile in that way. It also has a bunch of different tools, things like Hand of the Six Samurai. Very good card to pop your opponent's stuff. And if we had gone for that in game 2, as opposed to going for Kageki, maybe things could have turned out a bit differently there. But, you know, it's just a very, very versatile deck. A lot of different things it can do.
a lot of powerful toolboxy cards that it can access in the extra deck. A lot of very powerful ways to get into that stuff, with things like double-edged sword technique and things like that. So, I think it's a very cool deck, and yeah, I look forward to showing off more. Okay, it looks like he's back. Okay, cool. They're back. They're back. Let's go. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go for a Rhoda here. Let's grab a Kageki. Where's Kageki? There's Kageki. Add it to hand. Let's go for 6-Sam United. Let's summon out Kageki and declare the effect. Let's see if this goes through. It will go through, so we get special summon out Kagamusha. I'm going to send this to grave. And I'm going to draw 2 cards here. Let's go. We love to see Gateway of the Six. Oh, that's so good. And we drew Magatama. Or did we draw Mirror Force or Magatama? I didn't see. But either way here, we're going to go for Gateway here. And then we're going to special summon out a Grandmaster. Put 2 counters on this. We're going to go into a Shien here. Let's bring out the boy. Bam. Just like that. And that puts 2 more counters here. I could go into Kizan. I don't really see why I need to right now. I think I can just save this here, especially because we do have Magatama and Shien up. So I think that this should be enough. Let's just set a bunch here and pass back to our opponent. Good luck. I mean, let's see what they do. I'm not sure how they can crack this board that easily. No heavy storm. So, that is good to note. Duality. Yeah, that's fine. I'll let that go through. It's again a sort of situation where like, okay, they're on Gravekeepers. Yeah, this was the second place deck list of the event, but unfortunately that Royal Tribute is not going to do much when I've got no hand. So yeah, I mean, they're adding Gores, which makes sense. Gores is a bit annoying, but yeah, I mean, we can deal with it. We can always buff up one of our monsters with Gateway, and we also have Mirror Force here to pop it. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with this. We also just search out hand. Like, hand is a reasonable search that we can make. They also have 2 back rows, so we don't really need to get too concerned. Okay, Necro Valley is actually really good. I don't know why they're activating Necro Valley in the face of having Gores, because Necro Valley shuts off Gores because it's a card on field. So we're going to MST one of these in the end phase, so that way we can use the Shien to negate the other one on our turn. Make sure that we're guaranteed to get in. So we hit a Royal Oppression. I mean, MST probably would have gone for that anyways, so we are happy about that. 6-Sam United is pretty cool. Let's just go for Gateway, declare this. Just in case they've got like MST or something, but it shouldn't matter here because they, Magatama and stuff stops that. What do we search out here with the Gateway? Probably just hand. Hand is a good card to have. I could also just go for Kizan for damage. Actually, I'm going to go for Kizan for damage. Maybe not. It's tough. I'm spending too much time on this. We've got this game in the bag, basically. So I'm just going to go... I am going to go hand. Just get in rotation. And, yeah, I'm going to activate 6-Sam United. Summon out the hand. And put 2 counters on Gateway. 1 counter on the 6-Sam United. And let's just get in here for a bunch of damage. The 16 plus 21 plus 25. I'm going to declare the Shien here to negate that. And yeah, so the 16 plus 21 plus 25. I don't really see how we lose this one here from this position. If they had not set up Necro Valley there, we might have been actually in a... nope. Yeah, Necro Valley on field. But, yeah, I mean, we would have had Mirror Force for it anyways, so it didn't really matter there. We still would have been cooking with fire. We also could have handed to pop the Gores and the token if we wanted to. I don't really think we'd even want to necessarily because we do have just a great setup here. So, I mean, either way, I think we'd be winning here. And, yeah, this deck is just absolutely busted. I'm going to let that go through, sure, because I think Shien can negate anything that we actually do care about. And yeah, I mean, there is arguments to negate this with Shien, but again, like, they didn't really do anything like too crazy last turn. We got Magatama. Like, we should be fine here. Commandant, sure, that's fine. Bring out Commandant. Attacking into hand. I will just Mirror Force this. I mean, what have they got? I don't think they got anything.
Yeah, they're just going to admit defeat. So that's going to do it for that one. Against Gravekeepers, I think we probably want a knock or two, right? Especially since we're going second here. Trinade. Is Trinade good against this deck or not? I don't know. I guess Necro Valley is good to get rid of. So that's something. Solemn Warning's probably bad against this deck. I mean, it does stop Spy, to be fair, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of awkward against that. So I'm gonna take those out. Do we put in Cider? No, Cider's for like machines more. Smashing could be something we put in if we wanted to. What else is bad in this deck? I don't think anything else is like super bad here. So I'm just gonna go with this, I think. Yeah, I'll just go with that. See how it goes. I don't know if that's correct or not. I don't really know how to side against Gravekeepers. It's my first time playing the deck in this format. So, you know, we're learning together. Let me know down in the comments below what you would have done here. But again, this is a really good hand. Wow. The issue is if they like Royal Tribute turn 1, you know, we lose the Grandmaster. That's unfortunate. But if we get into any other 6-am, then Shien Smoke Signal can set a lot of stuff up for us here. So they're going to go for Recruiter. I mean, Recruiter's a good card, so it makes sense. But I think we should be in a good spot. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I think, what do we... Yeah, we want to do Shien Smoke Signal first. See if that's fine. That is fine. Okay, so we're going to search out a Kizan... No, not a Kizan. A Kagamusha here. And now we can get a bit crazy. Not going to lie. Yeah, so we go Gateway. Then we go Gateway. And then we go normal summon Kagamusha. See if that's fine. It's also played around Oppression, which is very nice. Seems like it's fine, so we're going to put these counters here. And then I'm going to go into... I think Grandmaster is the one I want to do right now, so this is what I'll do. Okay, that is still fine. These go to Grave. But I do get back the... which one do I want to get back? I'm thinking about, do I want to get back the Grandmaster or do I want to get back the Kagamusha? Because I can search Grandmaster so easily with this. Probably the... I mean, I can search other things as well, so I think I'm just going to grab back the Grandmaster to hand. But that does put on these as well. Whoops, not 5, 4. And unfortunately, we don't really have anything else here to do. But, I mean, I think this is a good enough board. I guess I could search out something now, so I think I will do that. I'm going to search out probably another Kagamusha. And then I can potentially go into, like, Kageki next turn with the searches. But I want to do this now so that way I have a 6-am to do stuff with Grandmaster no matter what. And then I'm just going to set 2, and I'm going to pass back. So, yeah, I think this should be good. I'm feeling good about this. Okay, they're setting 1. I'm thinking on activation here. So, because they've got Royal Tribute, that's very annoying for me. So I think what I am going to do is I'm just going to Dust Tornado target the Necro Valley. Because I don't want them to be able to activate Tribute. Ah, they've got a Commandant. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's rough. Now, they might be able to Tribute us here. But we still do have this Gateway of the 6 to then search out something, then search out another thing. So, yep, that's fine. Recruiter is A-okay. I think we knew about the Commandant, maybe. Yeah, I mean, either way, it's fine. We draw. Solemn's a pretty good one there. And now we can make some stuff happen. I think I'm going to go for a Kageki. So let's search out that Kageki. Grab that to hand. Also now Kageki. Declare Kageki. See if this is okay. It is indeed okay. So that's going to special summon out the Kagamusha. And these guys will both get 4 counters on them. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of counters. 3, 4. And I think I could sink into Barkion later. But I don't think Barkion really matters here because I want to just negate it with Shien. So I'm just going to... Well, first I'm going to special summon out a Grandmaster here. And I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4. We're swimming in these counters. And then I'm going to sink off into a... Could have also gone Bryo to bounce the Recruiter, but I don't really care about what they're getting there. I'm just going to go into Shien. And bump this up to 8 counters each. Oh my goodness. Do I have enough to kill here? So each of these is 2 counters for 500. So that's 2,000 plus 2,000. That's 4,000 damage. Plus 4,600 here. And so that's 8,600 right now. They've got Recruiter up. But if I go search for Kizan, then actually we're in a good spot. So I think I am going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the Kizans also replenish the counters. So I'm just going to do that. Kizan to hand. I'm going to special summon out the Kizan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, not up to 9. And yeah, I can just do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Search out another Kizan. And we've got Shien to negate that back row. So, bam. I'm going to do it again. Just shortcutting here. Do I not have another Kizan? I do have another Kizan. And now I'm just going to end on 8. So, and now I'm going to buff up these attacks. Let's see. These are each 2,100. Do I need to buff up the attacks, actually? Let's see. That's 84 plus 25. So actually, there's just lethal on board. So I'm not even going to buff up the attacks. I'm just going to attack in. And we should be good here. They do get a search. That is true. They do get a search. But, like, I mean, I don't know how we lose from this position. I don't know what they can search here to stop this. This is just busted. Yeah, they're not going to get another turn. Unless they have, like, MST their own Necro Valley for Gores, it's not going to happen here. And I can just negate the MST with the Shien or the Magatama. Yeah, so it's just going to be GG. Dark Hole would have been potentially good if I didn't have this Magatama here, but yeah, that was going to be the end of the game. I also had Judgment too, so yeah, 6 AMs are pretty busted. Again, I think I could have won match 1 if I played them differently. When I get to cover this deck in the format normally, I will be a lot more experienced with it. And part of what will make me experienced with it is this Wheel Wednesday. So look forward to that when we get to it. But this deck is absolutely cracked. Insane deck, one of the strongest in the game's history. And I hope you enjoyed sort of my showing off a bit of it. Of course, I didn't show it off well, but I showed it off somewhat. And if someone like me can play a deck like this and do this well with it, I think it shows how good this deck is. So let me know what you think about the video and the deck down in the comments below. If you like this sort of content, subscribe to the channel. We've got these videos coming out weekly, and we've got other retro Yu-Gi-Oh content as well, just going through the formats in a more standard chronological order. So if you like that sort of thing, definitely subscribe to the channel and head on over to the YGO from Zero Discord server, where I both get games for the Wheel Wednesdays and my other videos as well. And also we have got tournaments there. We have locals every week and monthly tournaments that are multi-day events every month. So definitely head on over there if you're interested in playing some fun retro Yu-Gi-Oh! As always, big shout out to my patrons, Rincewind, Porkchuk Coon, Red Doctor, Tyler Crompton, GeoMyFS, Dump Truck, and Scout Zero. It means a lot that you all supporting this way and encourage me to make more videos like this one in the future. And until next time, I've been Ben from YGO from Zero. I'm signing off.